Hello. We have been talking about starting your own digital product business using Canva and Etsy. But now that you have your shops, that you decided on what digital products that you're going to sell, you started your shop, set up your shop, then the next question is inevitably, how do you actually get customers to find your products and start making consistent sales? What if I told you that the key to success isn't just about getting creating great products, but about how you promote them? So stay tuned because in today's episode, I'll show you how to market like a pro and scale your digital product business when we return. Welcome back to the Making of a Mompreneur show, where we help moms who are determined to find time, money, and location freedom to start, grow, and scale online businesses so that they can build a life of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. And we do that how? Through content, community, courses, and through the Digimompreneur Academy, which we are looking to relaunch. So y'all can get excited about that. Thank you. All right. And my name, if you don't already know, is Rashida Green. I am the founder and CEO of Get Coaching, the host of this wonderful Mompreneur HQ community, and the creator of the Digimompreneur Academy. And today we are diving into the next step in your digital product creation journey with our episode Canva Cashflow, Marketing and Scaling Your Digital Product Business. The last time we covered how to create and sell your products on Etsy, and now it's time to drive that traffic, boost sales, and grow your brand. If you are ready to learn how, go ahead and put hashtag ready in the comments. While you're doing that, let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to know how far and wide the reach of the Mompreneur HQ community is. And if you are joining us live, go ahead and hit at hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. Either way, we still love you and we appreciate you joining us in this Making of a Mompreneur series. All right. If you're ready, you should have your pen, paper, or digital device ready so that you can take any notes, grab any gems, any aha moments that you might have. You can feel free to put those in the comments too. We would love to see what revelations you received from our training on today. All right, so we're going to break this up to a couple of sections and points that we want to make. And the first one is optimizing your Etsy shop with SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. And I know we have a lot of lingo on the online space, so I just want to let you know that's exactly what I was referring to. So let's start first things first. If you want customers to find your products, they need to show up in Etsy search results. This is where SEO comes in. And Etsy, although it is a huge database or a search based marketplace, meaning that most buyers will find your shop through keywords they type into Etsy's search bar. It allows you the opportunity to hone in and tag into those keywords so that you can be found more easily. And here are some suggestions on how you can improve your Etsy SEO. And as I mentioned, the very first thing is keywords. Now, we'll talk at some other time about long form versus short form keywords, but you want to make sure that your titles, your descriptions, and tags are filled with relevant keywords that buyers might search for. For example, if you're selling a digital planner, you want to make sure that your keywords include something like daily planner, weekly planner, principal planner, 2025 planner, digital download, things like that, because people are going to be typically searching for those things. So, again, this is the product that you've created, but you want to use terms and titles and descriptions that are going to include these keywords that people are going to start typing. When they start typing into Etsy, they're like, oh, I want to get a digital planner. So they might start typing digital planner. Oh, I want a gift for my mom. They might start typing gift for mom. So if your digital planner just happens to be for women, moms, gifts, things like that, those are keywords that you can potentially use in order to be found more easily in Etsy's search engine. Another is tags. So Etsy allows you up to 13 tags per listing, and you can use all of them, which is recommended, and make sure to include a mix of broad and niche tags. For example, if you are selling wall art, use tags like minimalist wall art, black and white prints, home decor download. Things like that people might be looking for. If they want to print it themselves, they may start searching for home decor downloads or wall art, downloadable or printable wall art. So think about those types of words and phrasing. Of course, for SEO and keywords, there are actually different platforms out there that will do that type of keyword research for you, mostly at a cost. That's something you can definitely research in order to get help with identifying what are the best keywords to use to promote your product. Another is descriptions. So, your descriptions, you want to be sure that your product descriptions are detailed and informative. Do not have a one sentence description. Digital planner for 2025. Okay. How are you going to get found with just that? Mind you, that actually can be a great keyword for your digital product planner. But if that's the only one, you may or may not get found amongst all of the other people who are saying digital planner for 2025, right? That's why if they give you these 13 tags that you can use, go ahead and use all of those. SEO, you want to make sure you're using the keywords in your just keywords in general, in your title, just descriptions everywhere. Just make sure you have keywords in general. So if you're doing all that would be great. But again, you don't want no one sentence description for your product. You want to be as descriptive as possible because that means more words, usually means more opportunities to be found. And that's just straight up customer service. If you just put one sentence, they're going to wind up hitting you with a lot of questions if they feel like it. Because they could just when they put in digital product planner for 2025, there are going to be a whole bunch of digital planners that come up. And if they have to figure out what yours is about, they might just skip right past you and go to the next person. Give them something to look at, something to compare and contrast, and hopefully your product comes up as the winner or the choice of the audience. Give them some help. You want to make sure that you're putting in all the details that you need and for them to make the best decision. And so that means including the keywords, of course, but also you want to explain what makes your product special and why a customer would want to purchase it. So yeah, it's a planner, but what makes your planner so special? Because it's a digital planner. It can be used on your digital device like a laptop or phone. It can be gifted. It's a digital, so it allows you to be able to take it wherever you go. Whatever that is, looks like for your product, make sure you're using those descriptions to the maximum ability to be able to draw in those customers. Now, I'm going to give you a cheat for those of us who need a little help, right? You can always just check your competitors, see what they have, see what keywords they're using in, if especially if they are more successful listings that you're looking at. If they're racking out thousands and thousands of sales on this particular product, that means people are finding it. And so you want to emulate those keywords and phrases and descriptions that they're using in order to get eyeballs on your product. I did not say copy their listing, people. I said get inspiration. Okay, maybe I didn't say inspiration, but I was getting at inspiration. Look at their products, their descriptions, and see what's good and what's working, and try to see if your products then could have similar descriptions, similar keywords so that you can get seen. But again, if you're just copying what they have, it may or may not work out for you. Because people really want to know what makes your item stand out and be more attractive to them for the purposes of buying that product. Now, we talked about SEO, that's a real major driver, but of course, social media is a great way to drive traffic to your products. So now that you've actually optimized your SEO, your shop for search, right? Now we can talk about driving your external traffic. And the best way to do that is through social media. And now I'm going to share with you some platforms and that are perfect for promoting digital products. One of them being Instagram. Of course, like everybody's selling on Instagram. And it's because it's highly visual, which makes it ideal for showing off your Canva creations. Post high quality images of your products. Do some behind the scenes videos and maybe even some customer reviews if you're able to get any live reviews on your product. You can use Instagram stories and reels to engage your audience, and don't forget to include the link to your Etsy shop in your bio. Now, I know we do a lot. There's a lot of link in bio connections that you can do with Instagram and other platforms, but you want to make sure that if your goal is to grow your Etsy shop, that you have an actual link to your Etsy shop. And if you have other links, you want to, if your goal again is to make money on Etsy, you make sure that the Etsy link is up in the top of the link in bio links that you may have on your Instagram. All right, another is Pinterest. Now, people don't really understand how you can make money through Pinterest, but it's another advertising angle. And it's really a gold mine for driving traffic, especially for printable and digital products. You can create pinnable images that showcase your product, like mock ups of your wall art in a room, in an actual room, so people get a feel of how it would look in their room, or a digital planner on a tablet. So you want your mock up to be indicative of, or to your mock up to be expressive of what your product is that you're selling, right? So if you're doing wall art, may not be a good idea to just plaster it on a plain background. It definitely can work that way because it is showing what the actual product is, giving it some spice. Like, how many times do you go on Zillow or Trulia and you see all these images of inside people's houses? You're like, oh, this is wonderful, beautiful. And then only to look, very next picture is the room empty because they use these mock-ups where they put the furniture in different places to give you an example of what it could look like. You get all excited, you're like, oh, that looks nice. And then you find out that it's actually a simulated picture and you're like, oh, it's empty. But that's how people get excited when you do your mock-up images that look like something that they would want to do to showcase that artwork or whatever the product is that you're selling. So you want to make sure that you are using those pinnable images to showcase your product in Pinterest. Pins last a long time and can drive traffic months after posting. We have reels and stories that might expire in 24 hours, say on Facebook. And after it goes towards the bottom of your page, some people don't even get to see those other images and posts that you had on Instagram. But with Pinterest, it just sits out there. So people can still, depending on how they're searching, will still bump into your product and you might even get a sale from it and not even realize it because wow, it's just wait, I wasn't promoting that. This month we're promoting something else. And this was last June that we had this out. But people still see it even months after. So we want you to think about Pinterest as a source of driving traffic. And of course, the famous Facebook groups. Join relevant groups in your niche and engage with the community. You want to make sure that you're establishing yourself as someone who is relevant, someone who is can offer the group some knowledge and wisdom. We just don't want to go in there and just start dropping links. You can be easily identified as a spammer. You want to offer value by sharing tips or advice. And when appropriate, you can mention your products. In most groups, you have to definitely follow the rules. They will close you out of the group. They will label you as scam or spam and then block you from ever entering the group. And that group may have 100 people or it can have 100,000 people whose eyes you need on your product to be able to sell it successfully, right? So make sure you can join Facebook groups, but hey, guess what? You can actually start and create your very own Facebook group that is relevant to your audience so that you can actually sell the products within your community. And guess what? The rules wouldn't apply to you because you wrote the rules. If anything, you can create the environment yourself. If you do printable wall art, maybe a Facebook group for wall art enthusiasts or real estate agents looking for quick ways to decorate homes, quick inexpensive ways to decorate their homes that they're selling, stagers, So these are options that you can think of when you're thinking about selling your products on Etsy. That's you know what? That's audience. We're not talking about audience today. But yes, these are ways that you can do it. Facebook group is a way that you can promote your products and build a community that's going to help support the sale of your products. Another is TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. And it's so funny because my girlfriends send me videos and funny things that they are hilarious and they are commenting how hilarious it is. And then I go to click on it and be like, oh, they want me to sign in to my account. I don't have one of those. Okay, I won't be able to share in the laughter with you guys because I don't have TikTok and I'm not trying to get it. Although it is another way to promote your business. These are just things that really help. And the growth in the TikTok community, the amount of money that influencers are making in the TikTok community. I'm not on it. But who's to say that you can't be? Nobody. Go ahead. If you're comfortable with video content, TikTok is a fantastic way to reach new audiences quickly. You can create short videos showing how your products work or even customer testimonials, like we mentioned before. And these TikTok videos, hey, another plug would be YouTube Shorts. You can most certainly share those same videos as YouTube Shorts, and people can potentially find them as long as you're using your SEO, search engine optimization. All right, and just for bonus, with anything, consistency is key. You want to create content calendar and post regularly to keep your audience engaged and interested in your shop. Now, I did not say how often you should post because that is going to be up to you and your individual preference. There is somebody who will tell you you got to post 100 times a day. That ain't me. And you got to post 2 times a day. That ain't me. But the regular and consistent, if it's going to be Monday, Thursday, Friday every week, just be consistent with Monday, Thursday, Friday every week. If it's just going to be 2 times a week, just be consistent with 2 times a week. That's the whole game right there. Just consistency. It will really help you in when you're talking about social media traffic. That consistency will allow you to be seen and build up the audience that you need to be able to, again, promote your products. And one thing that I find to be a powerful tool, but it really does take some time to build up. And some of my previous videos, I actually have shared how to use lead magnets to draw in your audience. And so, with that having been said, one of the most powerful ways to promote your products is through an email list, right? So, unlike social media, where you're at the mercy of the algorithm, maybe they'll show it, maybe they won't. An email list is something that you own. That time when Facebook shut down and everybody was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose money. Guess what? If you had an email list, you can still promote to your email list, regardless of the fact if Facebook was down or not. You may not have been able to bring in goo gobs of new business because your ad account was shut down temporarily, but you still own your email list. When they want to lock you out of your own Facebook group or close down or block you altogether and kick you off a Facebook platform, you won't be able to use that platform. But if you've built your email list, you have customer list for days. That'll be yours. That's yours. Nobody can take it away from you. Facebook, YouTube, nobody can take it away from you. It is yours. And you get to manage when you want to communicate with your audience in that email list. And there's a couple of ways that you can do it. I already mentioned the first one is to offer a freebie. Create a free digital product. If your digital product is an annual planner, excuse me, if you had an annual planner, maybe you want to do a daily, just a one sheet daily that people can use and reprint. Maybe they'll use that one over and over again and don't ever buy your yearly calendar. But something tells me if you give them one sheet for free, and you keep promoting to them how great and wonderful the big version is, the full version is, they may actually go ahead and purchase the next step up, which would be your full version or even your hard copy version. And you can do that in reverse too. If you have a hard copy version that you're selling, you can always do a freebie version as a bonus or something to make your product. My throat, excuse me. make your product sell better for you. That's the reverse. But right now, we're talking about the email list and how to grow it. So, we're going to create that free digital product like a mini planner or sample wall art, right? Something that people can download in exchange for signing up for your email list. And this was really a great way to build trust and, of course, to introduce people to you, your style, and what you have to offer. You can use the Etsy customers. Etsy allows you to send emails to previous customers who opted into marketing. So be sure to collect those emails and add them to your list. Then once you get them on your list, you want to email your list regularly. Now we talked about that for social media, but it's the same thing with email. You get their email address and then they don't hear from you. What's the term? You ghost them for weeks and months on end, and then you come back talking about something. Can you buy my item? Wait, hold up. I don't even know you no more, right? So you want to email your list regularly. It does not have to be a sales conversation every single time. You want to send out weekly or bi-weekly emails with new product releases, discount codes, or even just helpful tips related to your niche. You want to keep your audience engaged and remind them why they love your products. Give them some inspiration and continually be in their face, and so that they don't forget who you are and they stay interested in your products. Now, another way to boost visibility is through collaborations and influencer marketing. Partnering with other Etsy sellers or influencers in your niche can really expose your products to a whole new audience. And here's how you can get started: collaborating with other sellers, right? You reach out to other sellers who complement your products. For example, if you sell digital planners, you can partner with someone who sells digital stickers. You can cross promote each other's products in your Etsy shops and on your or social media. This is a great way to get other people, an audience that you normally would not have had in front of you, to be able to share items. And it works, it's a reciprocal relationship. So people who normally buy planners, they are looking for some stickers, right? Whereas someone who's buys stickers are looking for somewhere to put them. So they definitely that definitely can be a reciprocal relationship. So you want to look at people who are a complement to your business profile. Then there's influencer marketing. You can find influencers who share content that aligns directly with your niche and ask if they'd be interested in featuring your products. Worst case thing they could say is no. The worst thing they could say is yeah for $1 million. We're not thinking that far ahead. We're just looking at no. Okay. And so this doesn't really have to be a huge influencer. Again, it doesn't have to be these people that have 200 million followers. Listen, a micro influencer with 5,000 to 10,000 highly engaged followers could really be more impactful than someone with this large disengaged audience who may have purchased their audience, whose audience is not even real, or whose audience is not even into them like that. It's just they just signed up because of there was some promotion at some point or some giveaway, and they say, and for the example we gave earlier, oh, I'm a sticker seller. And they did this big promotion and got a whole audience full of 5 million people, but they're not into stickers. They're actually into hockey, like totally unrelated, right? So you want to make sure that you're reaching out to influencers who actually have an audience that's within your niche. And if you can see that there's comments on most of their stuff, then that's an engaged community. And so that's someone who you can look at as an influencer, a micro influencer who doesn't have the tens of millions, but has a significantly engaged audience. That's the kind of influencer that you want to work with. And there's another option that I don't typically talk about, but you can actually create your own affiliate program with influencers, and they can earn a small commission for each sale they refer. This can be a great motivator for folks when they like, oh wait, not only am I going to put your product on my page, but I can get paid per sale. Because some people like that much better than, yeah, give me $500 and I'll put it up there on my page. If you have a great product that is actually going to sell, then I think some influencers would rather have the per purchase commission rather than having to wait, rather than to take the one fee up front if they do charge a fee at all. So think about an affiliate program. That's a bonus tip for you if you are considering influencers. Then the last part I want you to think about, and it's really not necessary, but it's very helpful. It's after you start seeing some consistent sales, it's time to start considering scaling your business with paid ads. Now, paid ads might get scary, hairy to folks, but again, you can wait until you start seeing some consistent sales before you start putting money into this machine because it can end up being costly if you're not making the money back. One of the things we like to say is SLO, self liquidating offers. So, those are things that you're selling and you're making the money. You may put the money out in ads, say, it costs you $20 in ads, but the product's $27. So you make $7. And that $20 that you just made on the sale, you just put back into the business and it just keeps making it's paying for itself, is what I'm trying to say. So you want to think about when you're scaling, wait till you have that consistency before you really drop coins on paid ads. And Etsy offers its very own promoted listings feature, which allows you to run ads directly on the platform, which can really boost your visibility in search results. So you can definitely think about that. The Etsy promoted listings, because you can set a daily budget and bid for your products to appear higher in the Etsy search engine. This can help you reach more potential customers, especially for competitive products. As I told you, once they show you your stuff, they showing everybody else stuff too. So you want to make sure that you're competitive. Then you have your social media ads. So like your Facebook and your Instagram ads, they were also fantastic tools to drive traffic directly to your Etsy shop. And you can target specific demographics. You can select these demographics in their ad manager, like age, interest, behavior, location, ensuring that your ads reach people who are most likely going to buy from you. Now, I would like to say that you can start small. Some people just do $5 a day because $5 a day can go a long way if your targeting is on point. Now, I told you with those Facebook and Instagram ads, you can actually select the type of people that you think would be interested in your product. Now, if you do that to the T, you can potentially turn that $5 a day into a full-time income instead of a side hustle. So be very cognizant of those things as you are trying to get traffic to your products. So that's pretty much going to be a wrap for today's episode of Canva Cashflow, marketing and scaling your digital product business. We've covered all the steps to market and scale your digital product business, from optimizing your SEO, your Etsy shop with SEO, and to using social media, email marketing, collaborations, and paid ads to bring traffic to your product. Remember, it's not just about creating great products, it's also about making sure that people know about them. There's no, what's the point in creating the products that are going to sit on your digital shelves and not and collect digital dust because you're not promoting them? I know all about that. Marketing is really a key to growing your brand and achieving the freedom that you really want to work towards. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, share with a fellow mompreneur, and start applying these strategies today. Make sure you drop in the comments if you have any aha moments, if you have any nuggets that you learned that you want to share, and let's grow together. Happy creating, and until next time.